Hello, this is SJ Talks in Life coming back at you with another video. Um, this woman, 39-year-old woman, is uh, on here in tears in search of a husband. She's tired of being single and she's willing to sponsor a wedding. I'm going to play the clip and then I'll come back with my commentary.
I need a husband in my life. No matter what you are doing, I'm going to marry you. Are you a barrel pusher? Are you a beggar? Are you a conductor? Please marry me. Please, I'm going to sponsor the marriage. I'm going to give you money to pay my bride price. I'm going to sponsor the wedding with my money. Please come and marry me. I'm tired of singleness. Please. I'm 39 years old. Please come and marry me. I'm getting old. Please. I need a husband in my life. I need a man in my life. I'm tired of singleness. Please, I don't want to buy myself. I no longer sleep. All my mates are married with kids, but nobody wants to marry me. Nigerians, please, I'm calling everybody out. Please, come and marry me. If you have a brother that needs a wife, please, let me know. I don't care about what you are doing. I don't care. Even if you don't have a job, I'm going to sponsor it. I need a man in my life, please. I'm 39 years old. Look at me. Please, 39 years old without a child. 39 years old without a husband. 39 years old with no relationship. I need a husband. I'm tired of singleness. I'm tired.
Yeah, this is really sad, guys. This is really sad. This is really sad, guys. She's on here in tears, saying that she wants to get married, and she's on here begging men to marry her, saying, "Please marry me." And I'm looking at this at the top. Whoever's TikTok this is, finally a woman admits to needing a man. I don't find this funny. This is not funny. It's not funny. It's really sad when you think about it. It's sad. Um, uh, I know that there is lots of women. When I was her age, I wanted to get married too. I was 39. I wanted to get married, and um, I did. I wanted to get married. I would be lying if I said I didn't. And um, I wasn't like that. I wasn't like this lady here, but I was kind of messed up that I hadn't met someone at that stage in my life, and because I was a single mother and I didn't like being a single mother. I didn't like being a single mother, and I would have liked to have a stable father figure for my sons, and a good husband for me. But that's what I wanted at that particular time. So I can understand a woman wanting to get married, particularly at the age of 39, because I know if a woman doesn't have children and she's 39, that you could only, there's only so many years that a woman can healthily have a baby. Lots of women do have babies in their late 30s and 40s, but it's more riskier. The older you get, they call it a geriatric, any pregnancy after the age of 35, they call it a geriatric pregnancy. And the older you get, the more riskier it gets to have a baby. And I had both of my children under the age of 35, so I can't relate to that. But there's lots of women out here that do want to, and I know I talk about, and lots of women, that's the reason why this person made that comment, because there's lots of women, I talk about the 4B movement, uh, and lots of women are starting to embrace singleness now, and lots of women are single and very happy, at all ages. It's not just older women, but women of all ages are coming into embracing singleness, and being happy, and just working on themselves and traveling and focusing on friends, family, working on themselves, and uh, traveling, and just working, working on their building their careers. So they're they're embracing other relationships, and and excuse me, more women are embracing singleness, and focusing on other areas of their life. And I'm at an age now too, at this particular age, because we change every decade. I'm starting to embrace singleness, and focusing on other areas of my life, and I'm very content in my singleness. I was talking to my friend the other day, and I spoke about her before, and she just can't wrap her mind around the fact that, because she's talking about, well, you should, if you pray for a husband, you need to be specific in your prayers. And I'm like, well, why should I pray for something that I don't want? I told her, why should I pray for something that I don't want? I don't want to get married. And she literally cannot wrap her mind, because she's on her second husband, and she admits, she said, I'm needy. I like having companionship, and I like taking care of a man, and she really has a caregiving spirit, and that's wonderful. That's wonderful to have a caregiving spirit. I have a caregiving spirit to a point, to a point. Um, but she's always been that type of person that, as they would call, male centered. She's always been, the type of person that has always been male centered. And she went to telling me, this, when you pray for him, she said, even if he don't have no arms, or he only got one arm. I'm like, huh? Well, God bless him, but I don't want a man with just one arm. And so, and so she cannot, literally cannot wrap her mind around the fact that I don't want to get married at this stage in my life, and I'm really starting to embrace singleness. You know, she just can't wrap her mind around it, and so, but when I was her age, I did want to get married. And particularly if a woman hasn't had any children at that point, but to come on social media, the problem here is that she's coming on social media out of desperation. First of all, desperation is not an attractive trait. It's not. Men don't find desperation attractive. Men like confident women. They like a confident woman, self-assured. Even if you desire a husband, don't wear it. Don't walk around with it. Don't act like you don't desire a husband, because men desperation is not an attractive quality on anybody. I don't I wouldn't want a man that's desperate. I don't think that's an attractive quality on a man. Desperation is not an attractive quality. It is not an attractive quality, and it's a turnoff. So the mere fact that she's coming on social media with this desperation, I understand that she wants to get married. I get it. But coming on social media crying, talking about you'll sponsor a wedding, and you don't care if he ain't got no job, that's crazy. That's crazy. You're willing to She's willing to lower her standards extremely too low. She's willing to lower her standards way too low, and that's because she's setting herself up to get taken advantage of, and that's the problem with this. She's setting herself up. There's nothing wrong with wanting to get married. Not everywhere. There's, like I said, there's more women that's embracing singleness now, but at the same time, it's nothing wrong. We're all human. We're all human, so it's natural to desire companionship, because this narrative that, this narrative. I know when I was single, I didn't like people saying, uh, but it's true. You be happy with yourself. But that happens to be true. Or acting like a woman shouldn't want to be married. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. I had an issue with people acting like, or trying to suggest that I shouldn't want to be married. I didn't like that. And so we're all human, men and women, and you know, there's nothing wrong with desiring marriage and companionship. There's nothing wrong with it. But when it gets to the point to where you're lowering your standards, she don't care if he doesn't have a job. She's going to sponsor the wedding. She's putting herself in a position to be taken advantage of, and she's putting herself in a position to be used. Now she says, I guess this woman is from Nigeria. She has a thick accent. I don't understand, but I thought those men were I thought men or I thought that their tradition over there was, I thought they had a different set of values and traditions over there as far as marriage and everything. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not abreast on the whole culture over there, but I thought that they had a different set of values and standards when it come to getting married and things like that. I know certain parts of in Africa, men believe in having multiple wives, but I don't know. I thought that the men over there were a little bit more marriageable. I could be wrong. I don't know. But um, it's sad. It's just really sad. And they said that there's other women coming on TikTok. There's other women that are coming on TikTok crying and saying that, and you know, and this like this comment up here, like men are laughing at them, and it's like, okay, you laugh at women for saying that they want a mate, but then when you say, you shame on women for when a woman says she doesn't want to get married and is embracing singleness, you shame women for that. So either way, we get shamed. We get shamed for saying we don't want a mate. We get shamed for saying we do want one. So it's like, just like Vivica Fox, when she came on and said that she at 60 years old, that she would like to get a mate. Everybody wants to shame her. Everybody wants to make all these ageist comments and shame her for it. But whereas if she had came forth and said, "Yeah, I'm embracing singleness and all this kind of stuff. I'm, you know, wanting to be single," then she would have got bashed and shamed for that too. So it's like, we're especially particularly black women, we're in this perpetual no-win situation. It's like either way we get bashed. You bash us and shame us when we say we don't want to get married and we're embracing singleness, and then you bash us and shame us when we say we do. So it's like either way, and that's what I have a major issue with that. Y'all know I got a major issue with that, but there's nothing wrong with her wanting, desiring a husband. What she needs to do is pray about it. Take it to God. Get it off of social media and take it to God and pray and ask him, ask him, what do I need to do to prepare for my husband? Because you have to prepare for your husband. And it's a certain way that you need to carry yourself. You need to, first of all, abstain from sex. Uh, you need to walk in wife energy when you're single. You need to walk in that wife energy. I realized this years ago when I started abstaining in my mid 30s. I said, well, if I want to be a wife, because at that point I still wanted to get married, and I was like, well, if I want to be a wife, I need to start acting like I want to be a wife. And abstain and save myself for my husband, work on myself spiritually, and getting myself, I was trying to work on myself on all levels, spiritually, emotionally. That's still emotionally and all that stuff is still a work in progress. Sometimes that takes years, but when you want to be a wife, you got to walk in that wife energy, and you have to carry yourself like you already a wife. And first thing is abstaining from sex. Close your legs, because you want to, at that point you want to save yourself for your husband, and you have to walk in wife energy, and you have to carry yourself like you act like you already a wife. That's how you got to carry yourself, because there's too many women out here want to be married, but they still walking around here, um getting sexually involved with these different men and all that kind of stuff, and they're not walking in wife energy. And so a man looks at that. A man looks at those things. But desperation is not an attractive quality. Men like a confident woman. They like a woman that's confident. They actually like a woman that appear to be embracing singleness. They actually like the opposite. They like for you. You carry yourself as if Yeah, I want to get married, I want a mate, but but you still embrace your life. When I did the video talking about decentering men, I did a couple of videos on that. And I came back and did a clarification video because people take what you say out of context, and they take other female content creators on here out of context when we talk about that. When we talk about these centering men, they automatically think go to bitterness. They automatically think we're bitter, and it's coming from a place of bitterness. It's not about that, because even if you desire a husband, decentering men is not just wanting to remain single and embrace singleness. It's not just about that. But even if you desire a husband, you still want to decenter men, because that gives you the option. Being single, if you're a single for a time, there's a reason. I used to say that all the time. I said, well, if I'm still single, there's a reason for it, because God knows me better than I know myself. Okay, he's my father, and he created me, so he know me better than I know myself. And I used to say when I was her age, and I said, well, if I'm still single, there's probably a reason for it. I don't know, understand what the reason is, but now I get it. And um, so you have to walk. You have to walk in wife energy, and carry yourself, in a respectable way. But at the same time, decenter men. Focus on your career. Focus on working on you. Get therapy. Draw in a closer relationship with God. Any past hurts and traumas that you've had in the past, okay, a therapist can help you unpack some of those things. Start doing the work and working on yourself. Focusing on hobbies and doing, if you want to travel, travel. Use that time to work on you, working on yourself spiritually. If you have children, pour into your kids. Use that time to work on you. That's what I've done, and that's what I'm still doing. I'm using this time to work on me. Work on me. Drawing a closer relationship with my family. And be there for my mother. Because our life is a series of seasons. And so this is my season to pour into my mother, and helping her, and everything, and drawing a closer relationship with my family, because we've all been trying to care for our mother. I've been able to draw a closer relationship with my family. So that's a beautiful thing. And so and then using this time to work on me, and and all that. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm not gonna never say never. I'm never gonna sit here and say never. But at this stage in my life, I don't desire a husband. But at the same time, I'm not gonna say never. But that's what you use that time for. You use that season of singleness in your life to work on you. Work on you. Cultivate your other relationships, your friendships, your relationship with your family, your relationship with your parents if they're still alive. Okay, your children. Pour into your children. I'm pouring in, trying to pour into my grandkids, helping with my grandson and all that kind of stuff. So I'm keeping busy, I'm keeping busy. I ain't got time to be sitting here crying over. And I enjoy my own company. I enjoy my own company, and getting my me time in, and all that kind of stuff, and working on myself, because I'm still a work in progress. I think as long as we're here, we're going to be a work in progress. Trying to get myself together physically, trying to take care of my health, and just working on me. So I don't have time to be sitting around crying about, Lord, I don't have no husband. What I'm saying, because I'm focused, I'm pouring into other areas of my life, and I'm focused on other areas of my life. And that's what she needs to do. And she's lowering her standards. You don't want a man that don't have a job. You don't want a man that's going to come into your life and use you and take advantage of you. That is not good. She's lowering her standards too low. It's okay for us to have standards. I don't care what these men say, because they always act like black women shouldn't have standards. I don't care what these men say. It is okay for us to have standards as long as you don't raise that bar too high. As long as you don't set those standards too high. It's okay to have standards. When you lower the bar too much and you have too low of a standards, you set yourself up and put yourself uh, in a situation to where you can be used. And she's coming on here talking about, I don't care if you don't have a job and all that. You're putting yourself in a position to be used, sis. And she's setting herself up for a possible heartbreak because you don't want to get involved with a man that don't love you. He only love you for what you can do for him, and then as soon as he sees something else he won't, he's off to the next thing. Then you're going to be sitting around brokenhearted. So it's just not, this is not good for her. This is not a good look. And there'll be plenty of men that'll reply to her, but they gonna be the wrong type of man. They gonna be the type of man that's gonna want to use her for what she has. You want a man that's gonna love you. That's what you want. You want, first of all, a godly man, and you want somebody that's gonna love God. Because even if when I did want to get married, I said I want somebody that's gonna love God more than he loved me. Because I know if he loved God more than he loved me, he gonna do what's right. I know he gonna do right by me. So you first of all, you want somebody that's gonna love God. Then you want somebody that's gonna treat you with love, respect, honor you, and cherish you. And don't be willing to compromise that. I'm not willing to compromise that. Don't be willing to compromise that in the name of having a companionship, in the name of having a mate. It's too many women out here that's putting up with too much stuff from these men, all in the name of saying, I got a husband, I got a man. That's not good. It's better to remain single and be patient and wait on somebody that can love you the way you deserve to be loved than to sit up there and get with somebody that's not for the right things. He gonna take advantage of you, and then he gonna turn your life upside down, and then you gonna wind up in more miserable than you was when you were single. Because a lot of times women think that getting married is the end all be all. No, it ain't, because it's so many people out here that are in marriages and they're totally unhappy. They're unhappy and they lonely. When I was in my relationships, I was more lonely in my relationships than I am now. I'm not really lonely now, to be honest. But when I was in my relationships, I was very lonely. I was very lonely, particularly when I was with my oldest son's dad. I was very lonely. Okay, I was very, because he had a side piece. He had a side, not bashing, but I'm just keeping it real. He had a side piece throughout the whole entire relationship. So which it caused him to neglect me and his son. So I was lonely throughout the whole relationship. So when you're not being loved by a man correctly, you're gonna be lonely. You're gonna be lonely. When you're not being, she get a man and he ain't for the right things, she's still gonna be lonely, and she gonna be more miserable than she was single. So getting a husband is, you want somebody that's gonna love, cherish, and honor you. You don't want just she don't just be taken up with anybody just to say you got a husband. Because get a dog. I'm not trying to sound like Kevin Samuels, but get a dog, get a pet, get a cat. Because if you want some, if there's plenty of children. If you want a child, there's plenty of children out here. I know women want to have them out of their own body, but there's plenty of children out here that would love. They would be better off with in a loving, stable home with a single parent than in the foster care system. There's plenty of children out here that need that love. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Be a foster parent. Foster children. There's so much you can do. Volunteer, go into the nursing homes and stuff like that and volunteer. There's so much you can do out here. There's so much that you can pour into other people or whatever, and you won't have time to be sitting around being lonely. But this is not a good look. This is not good. Talking about she willing to sponsor the wedding, and she's setting herself up to get used. And there's plenty of men out here that would be more than welcome to take her up on her offer, and ain't gonna have 1 ounce of love for her. And I don't want that for her. I don't want that for any of my sisters. I don't want that for any women, regardless of race. But it's just not good. It's just not good. I mean, I just pray that she can I just pray that she really pour out to God, and have God minister to her and work on her heart, and just this is not a good look. She's setting herself up to be used. Nothing wrong with wanting a husband, but don't be it's better to be when it comes to getting a husband, it's better to be patient, because there's too many women out here, that's particularly black women, that's being unalived. They're being abused. They're being unalived because they're just saying, taking up with men just to say, I got a man. So desperation and being impatient is not good. It is not a good thing, particularly for us black women. It is not good. It is better to be patient. Be patient and just pray to God, and just be patient and wait, and that she is setting herself up for so much hurt and pain. And I pray that that doesn't happen with her. But hit me up in the comment section. Let me know what you guys' thought is on this. Ladies, let me know what your thought is. Men, let me know. I don't want to hear no bashing. You know what my policy is on my channel. But let me know. You're more than welcome to let me know what your thoughts are on this. Um, Go ahead and hit that like, subscribe, and share. Thank you, new subscribers. I'm coming with the video. I've hit my 5,000 mark. Ah! Thank you so much, new subscribers. Um, Hit that like, subscribe, and share, and the notification bell, so every time I do a video, you'll be notified. And until the next video, you guys be blessed.